Welcome back to the NASCAR The Game 2013 Robby Gordon season mode. Here is your point standings. Obviously coming off of 3 wins to start the season, fantastic fashion in the last 2 with some strategy calls. We have a pretty good point gap above Paul Menard, Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Casey Mears, Dennis Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Clint Boyer, and Jeff Gordon. Rounding out your chase grid, only 1 point out of the chase is both Michael McDowell and Danica Patrick. So we've got a great outlook going so far for the chase grid. From there, next race, Bristol. Hate this track in this game, love it in pretty much every other one. We're pretty much going to get railroaded by the AI. I expect to qualify good, but we're going to get kicked back from the start, and the number 1 goal is to finish. And I know I said that Phoenix ended up cheesing out a win, but I don't see enough green flag runs going on in this race to get a strategy call going. So the goal here is to finish and get a couple points, because we already got 3 wins, sitting pretty in the points right now.
We still have time to make a few adjustments before qualifying starts. Why not test the setup and see if it's okay?
So overall, what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the current setup and try to make a bit of a qualifying setup out of it. And then go back to pretty much the default setup for the race itself. Obviously, I'm going to adjust air pressures. That's my number 1 thing to do for a qualifying run. But from there, not a very good outlook going on for this one. All right, so the setup has been applied. I'm pretty much just going to skip to qualifying and see what I can do with it. Again, hopes are not very high. We're just going to try and see what we can get out of this.
Let's get a good solid run today, bud. No unnecessary risk. Just drive it like you know you can.
All right, then, here we go. All taped up. An aggressive tire pressure setup. There we go. Finally got the tires to stop spinning. Up into 4th gear. Let's see what we can put down. I'm assuming that this thing will be all out of turn within about a lap. Or half a lap.
We know how important it is to get a good starting spot here. It'll make all the difference.
There we go. Using up some of that progressive banking in the corner a little bit. Early back to the throttle, off of 4, 10th starting spot. Trying to get just a little bit of improvement. Let's see if we find any. Nothing. And so we qualified 10th. That's pretty good. A lot better than anticipation, but still not as good as I think we're going to need.
Really good drive out there today. Top 10 is great.
The top 10 is great. At least it'll give me some track position to start this thing off with. And I think all I'm going to adjust on the setup is just drop the grill tape. I don't think we need much more from there. I think the air pressure setup's pretty good. It's not going to wear the right front as horribly as I was at Phoenix and Las Vegas, especially with my early race setup there.
If you have any doubts about how the car's set up, now's your chance to head out on the track and see how it runs before the race. We still have time to make some adjustments.
I have very limited doubts about the setup because I don't think it's going to get that much better. But what I am going to do, like I said, is drop the grill tape so we don't just melt the engine in the race like I did at Phoenix. From there, I think we're pretty good. Obviously, I can adjust on it as we get into the race, but from here, I'm just going to skip right into it and see if we can get any points out of this race, because the goal, I don't think, is going to be to win. We'll have to get some miracles to happen to actually pull off a victory on this one.
Crowd's fired up. Let's give them a great show.
It's Bristol, baby. Welcome to Fox Sports coverage of the Food City 500. Darrell Waltrip, I'm Mike Joy.
Mike, have you ever been caught in a blender? Have you ever gotten into the cul-de-sac and tried to run 500 laps around your neighborhood? No, but that's what Bristol is all about. It's like flying airplanes in a gymnasium. I love this racetrack.
Darrell's won here 12 times. The Busch brothers and Jeff Gordon, 5 apiece.
I'm going with Kyle Busch. He owned this joint since I let him have it. But anyway, he owns this joint, Kyle Busch.
All right, Darrell, here we go. High banks, high anxiety. Racing's a contact sport.
Gotta love yourself some fireworks in the day. But anyway, starting outside row, McMurray on my inside.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go round and round and round, boys and girls. Keep your head
Still
down,
says
buddy.
wrong way
It's gonna be a bit crazy
on the
out
mirror.
there. Top 5.
And by the way, one thing to watch out as Stewart clears himself on me. One thing to watch out for out of these AIs is if we ever get put 3 wide like right now, everyone runs right towards the outside wall with no regard to who's up there.
At your door.
Okay, Newman.
Trying to get
All
to
right.
the corner.
Whenever you want to make the turn, man.
Down low. At your door.
There we go. See, that's the 3 wide thing I was talking about.
Doing the yellow. Caution's out.
He deserved that. Already first caution. And as you can tell, it's going to be bumper cars and demolition derby throughout this whole thing. Because the moment you get 3 wide, everyone just jams sessions up into the outside wall, and you're pretty much done from there.
Clean up truck.
Not going to pit this early. I'm in 16th. We did have a couple cars pit, including DW's pick, Kyle Busch. Obviously, I've sent Newman straight to the back.
No passing before the start line. Or you'll
Now I'm on the
flag.
inside. I don't think that's as good as I'd want it to be. And I think we might get a chance to just sit here and ride soon.
Closing on your outside.
Car's shoving, though, and I just got bumped by Dennis.
Car inside.
Okay, yeah, sure. All right.
Yellow flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
I don't know what I did to deserve that. Dennis just totally abandoned making the corner there. Everyone wrecked from there. Mark, once again. I think he's wrecked in every single race this season, along with me. Not pitting yet. Next time we wreck, I will pit. Still on the outside. I'm in the 20th already. Already lost 10 positions. David Stremmy's up there. Is that Juan leading? No, Juan's in the target car in this race. I think it's Dale Jr. leading. Yes, it is.
Looking
It's in
really
the
good, buddy.
Camouflage National Guard paint scheme, and we're getting put 3 wide again.
Car low. Great save. You are the
Very
man.
nice.
Caution is out.
Very nice. I think you could tell the theme of this race. I think the goal at this point is just to DNF enough cars to where we can get a decent finish. Because nothing's working so far to get a green flag lap in. Just keep getting punted. That time it was a little bit my fault. That's because I was trying to counteract the send that Danica was going to pull off. And every lap we wreck half the field. I'm going to stay out one more time.
Stand out.
One more time, and then I'm going to come in the pit and put tires on. We're going to see how many cautions we can get. I'm back up to 19th. This is why I wasn't excited for this race, because it's going to be wholesale cautions. Let's see if I get sent into this corner.
Pull over and make it easy for us today.
Just going to try and commit to the bottom. See if I can just stay there. Hopefully.
Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead. Closing up top.
Car is tight. And I already slipped up off the bottom.
Got one working the bottom.
Yep.
You bet.
Oh, yeah.
Steady, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Close out. Going to caution. Going to caution.
There we go. Another half of the field crashed. Here's the way it looked this time. Got tight off the corner. Gravity walls stop the car the moment you touch them. And the whole field piles in. So you know what? I'm pitting this time. Because still no one's totally wrecked out of the race.
You want to pit, buddy?
And going to try and loosen it up. Because all it does when I get on the throttle is just shove. All right, so I'm throwing everything at it that I think will make it looser. And I'm going to pull it just like I did at Phoenix. The intent is not to make the car drive good on this stop. The intent is just to get it swung back the other direction. Because it's pushing too much. I'm going to see if this pit stop can make it try to spin out and then try to go in between to see if I can get something I can at least drive and try to put laps in. We did have quite a few cars pit that time, including Dale Jr. He took just right sides. I obviously took all 4 and did a bunch of crap to the cars. So I should have a tire advantage
Awesome job, guys.
compared to a lot of the field, but
Doing great, buddy.
that ain't going to matter as much as I think I want it to. Let's see what the car does now, though. Should handle decent. Going off of how bad it was the first run, if you can call it a run.
You just got to be smooth and calm. 10-4.
It's a little bit more enticed to corner. Then again, fortunately, I'm at the tail end of the field, so
One outside.
3 wide. There we go. Got Truex into the wall.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
Shove Josh Wise out of the way. We're going to really jam up
The leader's
on this
4
exit.
seconds in front.
Not quite.
Outside. At your door.
We're jamming up on entry, though, I can tell you that. You can see cars catching the walls on exits of both ends of the track.
Car high.
That's the biggest problem
Car inside. Trying to get to your
with trying to run here, is because odds are you just get shoved just like what I did to Travis right there. Now we're doing 4 wide. This is not going to end well. And it didn't.
Under caution here.
There we go. yet again, you're kind of put into a weird position with the AIs to where you're kind of at their mercy. It's like the opposite of being the player car in Dirt to Daytona. If you run Bristol in Dirt to Daytona, especially with the damage off, you can just run your way straight through the field. Well, in this case, it's the dead opposite, where even if I had damage off, obviously, I would be still thrown around like a jet fighter in a gymnasium. I think it'd be a lot easier to deal with if we had single-file restarts. I think 90% of our problem is getting everybody doubled up on every single restart. I'm going to pit again. Nothing to lose now. I'm in 42nd. I'm making it looser. That's the goal again. I'm going to see if I can get any turn in it, because the moment you get on the throttle, it just still shoves. It's not as bad, but it's still shoving. I think we can all tell this race is going to be one of the longer ones. And that's going to be because of how many cautions we're going to get. I'd love to get some green flag racing in, but I'm beginning to think the only way I could do that is just by running my own line and not passing a soul, because I'm at the tail end. So I'd pretty much just have to sit here. And I don't think that's going to be good for me moving forward. So it's a risk versus reward of trying to wreck everyone or do nothing.
Okay, let's go. We gotta step it up.
Let's see how the car feels. You'd think, as much as I've adjusted on it, should be loose. It isn't. We're going to try the outside this time. I just keep dropping the track bar and also keep taking wedge out of it. We're stacking.
Car inside you. Got one working the top.
It is cornering a lot better, admittedly. Oh, all right. That door really opened itself on me. Harvick clips the wall into me. Dive bombs. They're doing 4 wide behind me. Do not want to be a part of that. Got just put into the wall by Harvick. Yellow. There we go. Just I don't want to ram someone, because I know that's coming at some point. So Trevor Bayne ran out of talent, slams the wall as hard as possible. Still ain't out of the race. I'd love for just somebody to DNF so that I can take confidence in the fact that I will not finish last. So Travis is dead last. Very fitting. I have moved up to 19th. Nice. The car is getting better. I still think I could adjust on it more by making it looser. That's something to remember for the night race later on in the season, is just keep making the car looser.
Outside.
See, I still have to wait very long to get back to the throttle compared to the AI cars. Although I do have a tire advantage compared to them, which is even more concerning by how they're able to get to the throttle sooner than I am. See, it's shoving. I used Gill in there to turn.
Car inside, just looking.
Who's that? Blaney. Dave Blaney all up on my back bumper. Moving the pole sitter Jr. out of the way.
Good job.
That hole closed up bad. Dave Blaney spins it.
Caution's out. Roll out of the throttle, buddy.
I don't know what's going on at this point. Just trying not to wreck under the pace laps. There we go. So here's where Dave also ran out of talent. Spun out by himself down the front straight. We're up to 7 yellows. It's been like 20 laps. I'm staying out again.
What do you want to do?
I guess a fuel run is like 60 laps. I haven't even been watching the fuel gauge at this point, because we're going to get enough caution so where it's not going to matter. Joe Nemechek's in 5th. As if that's any indication of how this race is going. Then again, the leader is Juan Pablo Montoya. And now Kyle Busch.
Racing back down. Right side's clear.
All right, got a battle with Joe Nemechek and Jeff Burton. Jeff is who I absolutely destroyed at Vegas. I just slid up into a hole that wasn't really there. And once again, I did that.
The leader's a second ahead.
All right, I was forcing Joe down so I didn't get just dead shoved into the wall by Jeff. Ooh, that thing cornered.
Car at your door. Up top at your door.
I like being out in this almost clean air. Newman,
High side.
braking zone is way later.
Car up high. At your door up top.
Okay, I'm up to 3rd. That's a miracle in and of itself.
Clear on the outside. Okay.
I can actually run my own pace at the moment, and never mind. They wrecked again somewhere. This time it was Stewart. Could not see Truex in front of him. Wrecked, I think, Keselowski. Half the field piles in again. I'm going to play the track position game one more time and then pit the next caution, because then I should be maybe good on the fuel window also, and make a couple more adjustments on it because it's still a little bit tight. Not as bad as it was to start the run, but it needs another adjustment, I can tell you that, because look, that was not a voluntary moving up the track. Oh, man. Well, there goes Joe.
Whoa, caution's out. Caution's out.
There he went. That was a bad hit. Hole closed up again. Front tires got up in the air. Did the game itself crash? No. No, it's still alive.
How about a splash and a new set of right side
We're not doing a
tires?
splash. We're doing wholesale adjustments
Okay, buddy,
again.
We're ready for you.
Fill everything there. I will not settle until this car can actually corner, because I can handle a loose race car. That's how I like a race car, in fact, is loose and get right up by the wall, because it's progressively banked. So if I can get me a loose car and I can get it to corner right by the wall, I think we'll actually have something fast, but we're still struggling with pushing. Anyway, JPM's still the leader. Travis Pastrana back up to 13th. I feel bad for Nemechek, who is down in 31st now. Let's see, I am now restarting 37th. This will be a bad restart. I can sense that. This many cars in front of me, I'm going to get myself into something I shouldn't be in. And I'm also with cars on comparable tire strategies with me, instead of outrunning cars that are on much worse. So let's see if the car gets loose finally. That was like 5 wide or something. Truex is wrecking.
Keep going. Slow it down. Caution's out.
Still rammed Josh Wise. Anyway, they got put 4 wide. Truex got spit out. I'm not sure if we need a caution for that even. But not pitting, just pitted. I think the front end is okay after ramming Josh Wise. I did not even see what number of caution we're up to. Here we go again. Kind of got screwed over on that restart by the outside line checking up. It's still not as loose as I want it. I can tell you that. Brad, braking zone a little deeper. Here we go. Gonna get shoved in the wall. Okay. All right. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, Biffle. How about it? Do a barrel roll. That was incredible. He would have actually been going the right direction if it wasn't for Austin Dillon. That's caution number 11. I'm pitting again. All right, this race has just gone from a 0 to a 10. I don't care what happens from this point. I could DNF. I could just park right now. Biffle's still running. That was magnificent. It's only lap 35. I've been here for about half an hour. That's incredible. We're averaging about a minute a lap at this current race pace. All right, back onto the racetrack. We're in dead last. Almirola, Travis Pastrana, Juan Pablo Montoya, your top 3. Good stuff.
Good job, boys. Great pit stop. Okay, let's get back in that rhythm. Let's go get these
Get
boys.
back into that rhythm. I don't think we've had any. All right. Here we go again.
Come on,
Let's see if the car is loose yet. No, it isn't. It's turning pretty good, but it's not loose yet. Let's remember the whole goal of this was to see how far I could go without, well, actually, to make it loose, because the...
Great, man.
Oh, man.
Still there. Hold your line. Closing on the bottom.
Asked no questions
Outside.
as to how that worked.
Big gap between you and the leader.
Anyway,
Car underneath.
the goal is to make the car loose. I have not yet succeeded.
Nice pass, man. Keep working. Coming low. Car inside.
Scott Speed is running comparable pace. That's worrisome.
Got your door on the bottom.
There we go. Big stack up into the wall.
One inside.
They're wrecking. Or I'm wrecking.
We're in line with you.
The battle for last. There's Biffle.
One on the bottom.
I'm going to stick it in there again.
7 seconds ahead to the lead car.
Okay, so Boyer officially ate it. He really took a shot. So did Newman. 15 car got up in the air, then they both just nosedived into the wall. 12th caution. There's a lot of damage on this car. I'm just going to stay out again because, you know, screw it at this point.
Cleaning it up.
We're going nowhere. Travis Pastrana is still second.
We can get some positions right here.
I'm now up to 29th.
Hit the restart. No pass before you get past the start-finish line.
Turns out the outside line is not where to go. And I think I learned that on the last group of restarts. Kenseth just shoved me. We're going to squeeze into the wall here again. There it was. That time got dumped, but corrected it. I don't know who punted me. I think it was Johnson. Now we're drifting.
Leader is 4 seconds in front.
Shoving, jamming.
Come on. 3 wide, 2 inside. Car at your door, down low, at your door. Watch your
I almost don't even know who I'm racing at this point. Oh, boy.
Back her down.
Not sure what caused that one. Car's got some damage now, but it stopped like I hit a brick wall dead on. All right, we're pitting again. 13th caution.
All right, guys, let's get ready.
That was a very awkward entrance pit road because of Truex. Travis Pastrana is the leader. That's good.
Great stop, guys. Good
We're in
job.
dead last.
It's all you now, buddy.
And we got to just pull one out from here.
Car here. Just take care of it,
Like I said, racing for points in this one because we're sitting on a pretty comfortable point gap above Palmenard, who's sitting back here with us, so I feel pretty good about that. Let's see if the car finally is loose. No, it is not. It's cornering good, but it's not loose. And from here, I have to pretty much just play the track position game to see if I can get anything.
Car outside. One up top.
Man, this is a cluster.
Car outside you. Car right behind you. Just keep a good pace.
Each line is just checking up massively.
Got one working the top. 3 wide.
There we go. Barely worked my way under Menard. That's technically the point battle.
That's halfway, buddy.
Okay.
Looking low. Better move right there, man. Great save. We're okay.
I survived that. Spun Marcos, but I survived that. That was horrible in every which way. Nobody has DNF'd yet, which is probably the most impressive part of this race. I'm staying out. Bobby Labonte's the leader.
Who's on the wall?
I am going to restart in
Jump
27th,
your restart. We can do this. We can get a great
which in many ways is bad because that's just more cars that can plow into me once I wreck.
Car at your door. Up top at your door. Watch your inside.
Now, if I just commit to the bottom
High.
and see what this race can give me,
At your door, up top.
I might be okay.
Car approaching low.
Never mind. Got put 3 wide instantly. Everybody is wrecked. Logano crowd surfing. Jumps right over Menard. 15th caution. Very nice. So there's the whole field spinning. Hopefully you get to see. Man, that was a big hit for Paul. Logano jumps right over the whole field at that point. Jeff Burton goes hitting the pace car. It's a good race. All right, so here we go again. Down pit road, lap 53 of 100.
Nice smooth stop here, guys.
Although I can say with all certainty, I'm very excited for the next race because it's Auto Club, one of the best tracks in this game. But Regan Smith, Bobby Labonte, your front row.
Nice pit stop.
Very nice.
Right there.
Restarting
Just
dead
like
last.
practice.
That's because we made the
There you
most
go, guys.
adjustments.
We're still one of the fastest
Still trying to make the car loose. Still haven't figured out how. So I'm just going to take wedge out of it until it tries to spin out.
Come on, work your way to the front.
Well, car's cornering good. Still not loose. Going to make the move on Paul Menard for,
Car outside you.
that illustrious point battle. Whoa, Danica checking up the whole field.
One working the top. Car outside.
I'd love to use the whole racetrack up,
Three wide, you're in the middle. The leader is 4 seconds in front.
Paul Menard put everyone in a very nice position there.
Slow it down.
There goes
Calm
somebody. Can't tell who that is. They're flat backwards. Michael McDowell. There goes Rudeman. Let's see how that one happened. I can already tell. 3 wide idiocy. And gets just spit out. Been impacted by everyone. Eric Almirola. I destroyed the cone right there. Not pitting. Didn't damage the car enough to warrant a pit stop. Harvick, now your leader. I am in 32nd. Picked up 10 spots. Me and Menard, that points battle in the race for the chase.
Car 2 back. Car inside at your door. First is leading about 3 seconds. Inside.
That closed up really, really bad.
Car underneath.
Well, we're already going 3 wide. Time to floor it.
3 wide, too low. 40 to go. Keep it going.
Yep.
4 wide. Inside.
Continuing the battle for last.
You got this. Nice work, man. Car closing on the inside.
And that could not have gone any worse. There they go.
Let's head into the pit.
Still haven't wrecked. I heard car in front's headed to the pit. Somebody pitted under green. That's Scott Speed. Don't tell me I could pull another Phoenix and just sit here and ride and absorb the lead over time.
There's a spin right
Never mind.
Whoa, caution's out. Caution's out.
Marcos has killed the field. Here's what happened. Gets spit out from a 3 wide scenario and then just backs it right into everybody else. Very nice. That's the 17th caution in a 100-lap race, and we've only completed 62 laps. I'm now somewhere. I'm 32nd again. Great. Take a penny, leave a penny. And I'm racing with absolutely everyone who wrecked. Somehow, Marcos, after wrecking, did not get kicked to the tail, which means that he also did not pit for damages.
Car inside you. Inside. Looking really good right here. Car inside at your door.
It is such close quarters stuff here.
Coming on the high side.
All right,
3 wide, 2 inside.
4 wide again. Here we go.
Looking low. Inside.
Wonder how many times I've hit the wall in this race. There we go. There we go.
We're under caution
18th caution. That time I'm credited with causing it, so that means, you know what? Screw it, I got to pit again. By the end of this race, I better be wrecking every time I get on the gas, because how much wedge I backed out of this thing, it should not even be able to go off the corner, let alone still be shoving. All right, the leader is McMurray above Kurt Busch. We're obviously dead last on lap 69.
Doing great, buddy. That pit stop's gonna make all the difference.
I want to see, once again, if the car is loose. And also, I pray to God we could just get to the end of this race with a green run from here on out. That would just be optimal.
Nobody's gonna make it easy for us today, buddy. Clear right side.
Yeah, car is still not cornering that good. Car in front's headed to the pit, though. Encouraging.
You're doing it today.
Car is turning better.
Car down low. The leader is 4
My God.
seconds in front.
Huge stack up from Mears pitting.
Left side's clear.
Oh, there goes Ricky.
We're waving the yellow. Caution's out.
That is a big stack up. I got quite a few spots out of that. He got some big-time air there. Rudeman goes up, kills the field. Very nice. Not pitting. I'm now 25th. See, this is the climb forward that I wanted. The car's still not as good as I want it, but I may have made my bed at this point. Now the car's going to push in 1, unless I just really, really back it up. Which I am just going to really back it up because I want to spread this field out a little bit.
Car up high. Watch your mirror, he's coming up fast. Clear up top.
Car's doing a lot better job at cornering. Just a lot better. Because we're actually going forward.
Car up top.
Let's keep it
On your bumper.
as 2 wide as we can keep it. As I say that, they go 4 wide.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, sure.
Go low.
Yep.
That's not cool.
It wasn't cool, but we're doing 4 wide. I'm keeping it forward.
Remember what we said. No rookie mistakes out there today.
That wasn't a rookie mistake. That was just amazing. Can't say I didn't keep my foot in it. I hit something that was solid. And then the whole field exploded. All right, we're pitting one more time. That's going to be the final pit stop. I'm going to make an air pressure adjustment. I'm going to make a wedge adjustment. This thing's going to fly. I'm going to hopefully be able to hold it on the bottom and actually pass cars, because we're getting to the point where I can just drop those air pressures and just destroy the right side tires without being too concerned about making it a long distance and a long run. All right, the leaders this time are Dave Blaney, Trevor Bain, Travis Pastrana. I'm dead last, but I can deal with it.
Nice job, boys. Great pit stop.
Run out of laps.
Get back in that rhythm. Let's go get these
And I'm
boys.
not pitting from here on out, just hoping not to damage the front end.
They'll start at the tail of the field. We've been here before, buddy. Come on, let's pick it up.
That time the car cornered a little. Whoa! Man, it actually cornered good.
Car closing on the inside.
Remember, Josh Wise did not take tires
High side.
for some ungodly reason.
Easy. Just keep doing what you've been doing. One outside.
Do not want to be in a 3-wide jam session.
3 wide. 2 outside.
That's why I want to be in a 4-wide jam session. Okay, no caution.
Car inside. Check your outside. High side.
My God, this is aggressive.
Car at your door. Up top at your door. Car up top. Just looking. Closing up top. Caution's up.
That was a full send run right there. Destroyed Ricky, who we battled for the win at Vegas. And I think that was the only car to wreck, surprisingly. We're not pitting. Did not damage the car. Under 20 laps to go. Travis Pastrana is the leader. I am 24th. Did not want to be on the outside here, because I know I'm going to get used up off of 2 by Joe Nemechek. Here we go.
Move up high. Move up high. One inside.
All right, pretty tame.
Driver in first. 2 seconds ahead.
Oh, man, that closed up.
High side's clear. Keep it steady. Got a car low.
3 wide again.
3 wide. 3 wide. You're in the middle.
Kept my foot in it. Kevin getting dumped.
Inside. We can do this. Gotta keep
I'm
moving.
catching the wall at every chance I can
3
get.
wide. Too low. Car inside. Trying to get to your corner. 1 inside. Caution is out.
Well, this has been amazing. Yeah, I'm pinned with the 43 car. There we go. Man, that got violent. Not pitting. I'm in 31st.
Buddy.
Still not pitting. Because a bunch of cars did pit. And I'm now up to 19th on the inside. Edwards is the leader. I think Menard might actually be up there. Might be a good points day for him.
Car up top.
Menard is up there.
Good pace. You're doing great. Car up high.
Yet the car still ain't turning the way I want it to. I sent it.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Can't say I didn't go for it. Destroyed half the field again. I don't know why Josh Wise was up there, but I was committed to making the corner using him, and then I ran over Biffle just for the fun of it. 23rd caution. Finally into the closing laps, I think. And I am somewhere. 9th. Ask no questions. David Stremmy's the leader.
Need to stay in your lane to cross the start-finish line.
Marcos up here with me. Getting strong at the right time.
Got your door up top. Car inside.
Missed
Just
the
look.
bottom.
Got your door on the bottom. The leader's a second ahead. Come on, buddy.
I knew I was going to get dumped.
We'll get him next time, buddy. One up top. Yellow's out. Going to caution. Going to caution.
That's the way it goes, ain't it? I think I destroyed my left front tire out of that. At least I'm pretty confident of it. 24th caution. Yes, the
vacuum truck out on the racetrack cleaning it up.
something ain't right with this car. And I'm in 41st anyway, so gonna pit. Gonna go for even more of an aggressive qualifying setup. And then full send it again. All right, here we go again. Inside 10 to go. Paul Menard's the leader. I'm in last. This could be a really big point day for
Just
Paul
like we
Menard.
practiced. Okay, it's time to push that pace now, buddy.
10 to
Stay
go.
focused. We can do
Gotta
this.
make it happen. Gonna have to take advantage of every single checkup
Start the tail of the
that I
field.
see with dive bombs.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Step it up. Car high. Got one working the top. Car up top. Come on, man. Keep that momentum. Keep that momentum.
There they go again. Who was it this time? Kurt Busch, who ended up dumping himself. There's Travis right up on him. Took a pretty significant hit into the inside wall. And I almost cleaned him out as well. Not pitting. No point in doing so. Bunch of cars pitted, I guess. I'm going to restart 33rd, which is better. Paul Menard pitted.
Gonna make a
Good
move.
news.
Gotta do it quick.
Don't know
Do it
why
with
you
restart.
ever would pit this late with the lead. But very nice.
High side. First is leading by 3 seconds. Watch your inside. Car right behind
Here
you.
we go.
Got your door up top. 3 wide, 2 high. 4 wide. 3 wide, 3 wide. You're in the middle. Caution's up.
That was all forms of bad. But we're going forward. Dennis apparently got screwed over the worst out of that. Spun into the inside wall. That's 26 cautions. Nice. Let's not pit again.
Man,
Hopefully a bunch of cars pitted. And they did. I'm up to 21st. Don't deserve any of this track
got a lot
position.
fast to the start-finish line.
Paul Menard's in front of me now. Like 3 laps to go.
The driver in first is 2 seconds ahead. Just keep a good pace. You're doing good.
Full send again.
3 wide, 2 outside.
There's Biffle.
On your bumper.
Oh man, the hole closed up.
Closing on the bottom. Car inside you.
Wow, Bobby Labonte shot out of a cannon.
Stay up top. Inside. 2 to go.
Scott Speed, what are you doing?
The leader is 4 seconds in front.
This
One on the bottom.
got stupid. He was just committed to sitting there. Had to just finish him off and drive it straight into the wall.
Racetrack's clear.
Well,
You
I'm
coming?
not going to pit because, again, a bunch of people could pit, and they did. I'm now 33rd again. Back and forth and back and forth. We can get as many as 2 more restarts.
2 more.
I'm in 33rd. If it wasn't for Scott Speed there, I'd be just fine.
Got one working the top. Gotta just be smooth, calm, and 4. Car inside at your door.
Yep, there we go.
On the outside.
Thank you, Casey. Well, now that we are last, man, he really went for a wild ride. Now that we are last and we're badly damaged.
Road's now open. What do you want to do?
Do I pit? I don't think I do. I don't think I do because cars did pit. Now I'm 36th. There's like no chance of a good finish at this point, but at this point we're just trying to wreck as many as we can.
Keep it steady. Car inside.
Well,
Okay, let's go.
there goes another one.
First is leading by 3 seconds. Car inside you.
Yep.
Whoa, spin ahead. Put it on the left.
Mark wrecked again. Just want to point that out. It is the final lap. We're going to get 32nd. Better than last. David Reagan won. That makes up for all of this.
Bad, man. I know you tried the best you could.
David Reagan wins at Bristol, of all places.
Not every race is going to be a top 5 finish. You're still putting points on the board.
Well, that suddenly became worth it. And as you can tell, the car was way off. You know, my best lap was a 16 flat. Everybody else was well in the 15s. So, you know, Kyle Busch, 42nd. Not a good finish there. Considering how slow I was, I still think we did pretty good. But David Reagan wins at Bristol above Montoya, Almirola, Pastrana, Bobby Labonte. That race was well worth it then. The point situation's probably really screwed up because, you know, Paul Menard got 16th and a lot of people scored a lot of points on us. But overall, I'd say for being the slowest car on the racetrack, finishing as high as 32nd is pretty good. And considering I wrecked 45 times, and, you know, I probably could have got like 15th out of it if I wouldn't have got dumped by whoever I got dumped by late in the going there. But I also kind of tried to clear myself. But still, good finish for the circumstances at hand. Just look at how many cautions we had, how many timestamps there are. That's ridiculous. But in conclusion, that was one of the dumbest races I think I've ever done. Like I said, though, for being the slowest car on the racetrack, not finishing last is actually an accomplishment. So overall, that, and then the game crashes. Very nice. Hopefully that saved. Maybe it didn't. I don't even know anymore. Fingers crossed I don't have to do that again. It did in fact count. Thank God. That race is over. The point gap is now down to 10 points between myself and Paul Menard. Man, where is David Reagan in the points? He's now moved his way up into the chase by 1 point above Dave Blaney. But after 4 races, we still have the point lead by 10 as Paul Menard closed it up because of our 32nd place finish. Menard sets second, Kenza third, Casey Mears up to fourth, Biffle fifth after flipping at Bristol, Newman sixth, Stenhouse seventh, Truex in eighth, Hamlin in ninth, Harvick 10th, Gordon 11th, David Reagan rounds out your chase grid. Dave Blaney, Edwards, Ambrose, Montoya, Patrick, Stremme, all within very close striking distance. Travis Pastrana, 25th in points. Kyle Busch is still 41st in the point standings after 4 races. So anyway, that does it for round 4 of the NASCAR The Game 2013 Robby Gordon season mode. You've just witnessed my least favorite track in the game. Hopefully it was entertaining, though. We had like, 30-some cautions in 100 laps and about 2 flips. Even though it was a poor finish, we actually got more than I expected because I expected a DNF. Half-decent points day on to Fontana, which is one of the best tracks in this game. So do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode of Bristol Madness. And obviously much more content, including the continuation of the Robby Gordon season mode, coming up.
Racing's a contact sport.